Okay, so I'm Ben Green. I am the sole owner, worker, proprietor of Republic of One, and I've made a game called Softwar, which is a game of cyber espionage. So you play as a spy master over a number of dice which represent agents. So you handcraft your selection of agents, known as a tradecraft, throughout the start of the game. So you have a number of these cards, which represent the dice type. So you'll choose 100 points worth of dice, and one side equals 1 point, so 6-sided dice are 6 points. So you choose 100 sides worth of dice, and you apply them to special rules, a lot like this one. We'll explain how that works in a moment. So that's called a razor. So in general, what you're trying to do is get hold of little secret tokens that are hidden underneath your enemy's protective dice, and you have the same, so you're trying to protect at the same time as attack. You have a number of dice on the table based on how many physical dice you have in your tradecraft. So if you've gone for some really heavy dice like D20s and D12s, you'll have fewer on the table than you go for if you've got lots of D4s or D6s. So the game runs through a cycle. You'll do everything on your turn, then your opponent will take their turn. So in a turn, generally speaking, all of your agents are going to move, they're going to attack, and they're going to support. So move, support, attack, actually, in that order. Movement is fairly simple. Everything moves one space. So let's pop it here, start with that, put a few there. Okay, so everything moves one space. Fairly straightforward. So support is based on friendly adjacency. So this dice has 2 supporting friendlies, and can therefore go up 2 points, representing back to full strength. Attacks is kind of like the inverse of that, so we'll put an enemy dice down in front here. Let's put it on 6. So this is going to take 2 attacks from 1 each from these dice, so it goes down to 4. And then this razor special rule. Now let's imagine that I've applied razor to my D6s. That means that I can now burn or reduce my value to cause more damage to the opponent dice. Right. So I'm going to reduce this one by 2. So let's pop that to 4. I'm going to do the same on this one, pop that to 4. And that takes 4 points of damage off this one, and this is now out of the game entirely, for good. Okay. So of your 100 points of dice, you can end up with almost none left.
All right, yeah.
You win the game if you can reveal 3 out of the 4 objectives. You lose the game if you run out of material or your tradecraft to actually be able to constructively attack the opponent. And there's an ability to concede a game where if you're both in a position where actually there's no winning condition from the positions you're in, you can both agree that there's no way out of that. So in a nutshell, that's it. But what it means, I'm really kind of interested and excited about this army building part of it, where you've got 100 points worth of dice. So you basically, with the base set, you've got nearly 500 combinations of dice. With the full set of dice, so you've got a maximum of 60 points in every dice, you can end up with, I think it's around 2,500 combinations of dice.
Right.
And that's before you've even considered what cards you're going to apply.
Yeah.
So in the full game, when I play it with people that kind of know it now, so let's have a look at some cards. I go reset, nurse, so that helps with support. This one means that you can move stuff around, so I can move this stuff means you can move stuff around. Cipher means that you can improve the strength of one of the protective dice. Blade is, if it's over half strength, it does double damage based on the type of dice that it is. And there's a number of these cards.
Yeah. Cool.
So there's lots of variety. The idea is that it's quite modular.
Yes.
So there's going to be support online for building your tradecraft. You can build it based on features that you want in it. So whether you want 6 types or 2 types of dice, and how many of specific dice you might want. And that's basically it in a nutshell.
Nice.
So it plays over about 40 minutes to an hour, and at the moment it's basically 2-player, but with 2 sets, it comes with everything they need to make it 4-player with some additional rules in terms of transporting between 2 boards.
So what's the plans to get this released?
The intention, I'll confess, I'm a lot like George R.R. Martin. I'd really like it to be out next month, but in reality, it's probably going to be August. I'd like to get this in front of more people now. I'm happy with the product. I'm happy with where everything's being made, what everything's being made by. Everything you can see here is final artwork. We've done a lot of work in terms of making sure that colour is right and that the components are right. So yeah, pretty much all of the hurdles are out of the way to have it there in August now.
That's cool. Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thanks.